Recently, I have not been wanting to go to the gym. Instead, too busy editing or doing film work. But I have an idea. As a super underskilled educational community college kid, I assume it's testosterone, so how can I boost my testosterone? Uh-oh. No way. David freaking Goggins.
And if you misunderstand that, you have a real problem. The problem is you. And you don't want to fix it. And it makes me so fucking mad. Every day I walk this earth and I see average all over the fucking place. And they want to ask me, how did you do it? I can't tell you how, because you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. It's so easy to be great nowadays, my friend, because most people are weak. Most people don't want to go to that extra mile.
It is time. I know what I must do. You know what this means. It's time to rise and shine. Usually David gets up around 3 a.m. and then around 4:30 he goes for his run. So me being the David Goggins I am, it's time to wake on up.
Rise and shine, buddy.
See, now David's usually up around like 4, it said. You might be unfamiliar with my game, but it's 3:36 in the morning. One day, buddy, you'll be like me.
Well. If you've never woken up at 3:30 in the morning, I highly do not advise it. It's generally one of the worst decisions I've ever made. Now, it says David's usually up at 4 a.m., and recording your morning routine while looking not fruity is very, very challenging. Here's me contemplating life and what I'm doing.
Got the game day fit on. Got the essentials. Water, coffee, underwear, socks. Half my brain. Let's get dressed up and get out of here.
So I've never actually ran more than probably 3 miles. So coming into this, I knew I was in for a world of hurt. And for those of you that don't know, 10 miles is 10 miles. Like, that's a long time.
4:04. Let's get to it.
Hey, I don't tell you how quiet it is at this time. Mind you guys, the weather is 54 degrees. And you can tell I took the picture because it's 4:10 in the morning.
Just cooked up mile 1. 10:03 pace, baby. Pretty solid. Probably continue for, I think I can do this for 6 or 7 miles. I gotta stop. 2. The hardest thing right now was just trying to run around these sprinklers. But we're grinding. Round 3, fellas.
Now this part of the run is where I actually legitimately had to lock in. I was feeling it by mile 3. Yes, by mile 3, which I was at Lakeside 370, which is a far run.
Round 4. Dude, I'm by freaking Amazon. It's freezing cold. Mile 5 in the books. 6. I'm over on what's up. 7. I don't even know where I'm at. Just want to be home. Just felt mile 8, kid. QT, what's up? I don't know if I've ever been this cold in my life. It is 52 degrees and freezing out.
This is the part they don't talk about. The knee pain was immense. And though this might be a 30-second clip of me running 10 miles, guys, this took extremely long.
The problem is, just reached mile 9 and we're right by the house. Home. Just like that, we wrapped up. You know what, David? Today was... You can suck it, David.
Actually, you know what? I was right. David, you can suck it. I did run 10.1 miles. Granted, I was not running David Goggins' 6-minute mile pace. It is a 10:30 mile, but still, in an hour and 45, not too shabby. And here are the destinations I visit. If you know where I-70 is and you know where I live, I crossed it. Good job, Carson.
I would never wish that upon my worst enemy. It was so cold, and I never took that into accountability of how cold it actually be. But I want to know the weight difference between me and David. Like, generally, we're a 190-pound dude. First, I don't know what David weighs, probably 170. So my knees are toasted. I see why he tore all knees and ligaments, but it's changing it to work. It's going to be a long day, boys.
What shocks me most about this challenge is I'm getting ready to head off to work. Dude, the sun is still not up.
And here's a picture of me at work on my Meta sunglasses. Now, since I'm usually off work by 9, I have to catch up on some David Goggins breakfast before I go work out again.
Yes, I'm forklift certified.
And no, doesn't give me any more women. But the good thing about the fact of the matter is I can leave and come home when I want. It is currently 9:17 in the morning. So according to the most trustworthy site, which is ChatGPT, right in the daytime it says usually meals, he eats pretty clean and light. He leans towards high protein meals with simple foods. Therefore, David's having eggs this morning. Now, David's a pretty beefy boy. He's built kind of like a pit bull, but this David, the white David, the one that's stretching right now, yes, he eats a lot. And as well as I said, David does a bunch of stretching. So here's me getting stretching and prepared for a long day at quote-unquote work. I actually did a thing. So I don't really remember the part where David Goggins does this, but David Goggins, I wake up earlier than you, buddy. So get back to work. It usually says he goes on like some podcast or does some busy work, and I actually just went to work, but I still have a 20-mile bike ride and then a back workout to do. But it's currently around 11. And it's ridiculous to think that I've been up for 8 hours. But I actually went to my favorite place during the fall season, which is the range. Wow, that's an aesthetic shot. Well, as you can see, David just got home. I don't know why I'm referring myself into the third person as some David, but same looking too good. It's 250. David got carried away out on the range. Imagining myself missing every single dealer. Guys, I lost all my arrows. That was my goal. Now it's time to go get some grub. It's David. I also saw that David gives himself a little prep talk on ChatGPT, so here's that. You're weak, buddy. You're not built different. You're built average. Usually after David gives himself such an intense pep talk, he goes back to stretching just so he can loosen up his ligaments before his 20-mile bike ride, which will take place this afternoon. Now, any normal person that has a job, this daily structure is seemingly impossible. But David's a hungry boy, so he's back to eating his chicken, his coffee, and hot sauce. Now it's time for me to crank out homework for probably the next hour. I'll get to the gym around 5 o'clock and then go from there. Guys, yes, I'm in school. All right, I have to do schoolwork, okay? Well, as you can tell, I changed my outfit because I realized I was stanky. Just wrapped up some homework. It is currently 5:30. David Goggins is locked back in. It's time to get back into work. Gonna hit a crazy back day, back and chest, followed by a 20-mile bike ride. As we have here, the white David Goggins approaching the Gateway Region YMCA, which I highly doubt David Goggins has actually ever been in a YMCA. As David Goggins gets older, he probably finds the people that work out here, like, attractive, maybe? Y'all just ever in the public gym and just start people watching? I'm not gonna lie though, being up from 3:30 to roughly this time it's about 6:30 at night, that's 14 hours, and I wonder how David Goggins is able to immense all this energy between work and working out in order to be able to do this stuff. Because I know by the time this workout was coming through, I was getting exhausted, and yet I hadn't even reached my 20-mile bike ride. Now it's time to do the impossible. 20 miles. Let's go. It's 6:40. We got the Zumba-ers in the back room. So we're about to see how long this 20-mile bike ride is gonna take. I'm saying hour 10. After 36 minutes, we've successfully reached the half-minute mark. I think we're on pace, boys. And just like that, after 50 minutes of bike riding, we're only 13 miles in. 7 more to go. Just got an update on my watch that says my bedtime needs to be 8 p.m. tonight. Mile 18 check-in. Dude, this is long, man. I don't know who has time for this. Like, I'm cruising at 23 miles an hour and still been here for an hour. Come on, David. Smashing out the 20 miles, bro.
20 miles?
Yeah, I ran 10 this morning. 3:30 in the morning, bro. I was trying to do the let's go. My butt cheeks were throbbing, but after an hour and 10 minutes, we biked 20 miles. Just like that, boys, we have accomplished. Look at my legs go. Hour and 10 minutes on the bike. Probably one of the hardest things I've actually done. I don't know where David Goggins gets the time for this. Like, dude, if you had kids, a wife, and a job, it's impossible to do all this. I've been working out for probably 6 hours today. And here it is in all of its glory, my celebratory walk out of St. Charles County Family YMCA. As you know, at the end of every challenge, it is time for review. So, what did I learn through this challenge? Through the trials and tribulations of this 3:30 a.m. wake up, 10-mile run. Granted, dude, 10 miles is a lot longer than I had ever thought in my life. So I basically ran all the way back to Van Far to see Morgan Rigo and came back all within an hour and a half. That was obscene. I'd say the biggest takeaway is David Goggins
is how are you able to do this? Like not wasting, but spending this much time working out is almost impossible for just the regular average Joe to ever do. Mentally, you gotta get pushed. I was exhausted. After the 10-mile run, I had to do that and go straight to work for a couple hours, and that was hard for sure. I actually didn't, which is weird. I didn't get tired at all today, even though I was up pretty early. All in all, 20-mile bike ride was pretty challenging. It's just, he actually preaches it's just mental toughness at the end of the day. I don't know how he's able to do it day in and day out, but it is challenging for sure. But I'll show you guys the time right now. Just got home and ate real quick and did a little bit of work. It's 9:10 at night. And dude, I am pooped. I'm actually exhausted. It's been a long day. But as David Goggins says, who's going to carry the boats and the logs?
And if you misunderstand that, you have a real problem. The problem is you. And you don't want to fix it.